Everyone, we are going to talk a little bit about how we're updating a little bit of how we schedule our parent-teacher conferences. It's going to follow the same format, but there are going to be some updates to make it a little bit easier for you. So let's try it out. So once you go into your post section, you're just going to click on that drop-down box, hit appointment signups. That is nothing new, same old, same old. You will definitely pick the date. So our upcoming parent-teacher conference is the 19th, so we want to make sure that's there. Set your start and end time based off of your school settings. So I think each building starts and ends at different times. I'm just putting something randomly on here. We'll go from there. I'm going to put 15 minutes for my appointment duration. Once again, double check to make sure that you have the correct amount of allotted time from your building principal. I would add a minute break in between too, just in case. Now, a couple things just to remind ourselves is that we are hiding names of users who sign up. We don't want everybody to see that's on there. If I have it checked to limit one appointment per user across time slots, that means that parent can't sign up to a different time slot during that time or add another parent to a specific parent-teacher conferences. So everybody has unique circumstances. I'm going to check this, but if you need to leave it unlocked, you can as well, so that they can check more than one appointment slot pending on your parents. Requires student information. We'll keep that open because that'll give you the drop-down list of all the kids that you have in your classroom. Okay, this is just what we'll say down here, so essentially if I just call it parents conferences or conference sign up, that'll exist, so that's all good. I can mark off if you want to. You could just delete the sections that you want to remove from your list, so that when for your breaks or dinner or whatever the case may be, so that is done or ahead of time. But you could always do it later. It's only one available slot per appointment, so that's good. Next. All right, so 2, this is where you're going to pick your classes. So that's nothing new that we've already done before. I'm just going to do my test group because I'm doing my test group, but you would actually see your class list here, and you can do that. You've done this before, it's all good. So this is going to be the subject line, so if you want it to be different, you can erase that. That's not a big deal. We do have scripts for this, but essentially here is where you can write down what you want your script to be based off of how you want your parents to receive the communication. It will automatically translate as well. That's fun. Okay, so now we have our appointment sign up that's here. So it says conference sign up. Cool. So that's going to be there. You could also change this if you like. And you once again can delete any of these that are already been done. So that is all good. So that is there. The one nuance we had an issue beforehand was that, what if you wanted a virtual meeting? What if you wanted to do anything translation? So for that case, you're just going to add a form. So you would just go to Forms and Permissions. It has now added a form right here. See how it says select a form? I don't have a form. When you need it to be done by, so this is in your discretion. So parent-teacher conference sign-up is at the 19th, so you could pick any date beforehand if you wanted to close so that they can't fill it out. I'm just going to leave it open till that. I'm not going to select a form because I haven't pre-made a form. I'm just going to create one from scratch here. So here it gives you, requires a signature. You don't need that. Form can have attachments. I don't think you're using that here anyway. Requires student information, allow repeat submissions for each student. So that once again, you just have to figure what you need to use it for. The questions I was going to ask is translation needed? And then I'm going to say, select from one so that it's, they can do this, right? So yes, no, right? So that they'll have a select one instead of them typing, but they can leave an open box if you like. If you want required or not, it's up to you. So I'm not going to have it required, but it's up to you what you want to do. Maybe required. And then also conference format is one we definitely want to have on here. So we would say, select one for here. Oops, did I actually, my bad, sorry. Translate needed. I'm going to add a question. See how easy it is to make a mistake. All right, add a question. So here is my second question here. There it is. All right, conference format. I don't want this to be a short answer. I want it to be a select so that we have our options here. So in-person, virtual. So you definitely keep that as being required because now it does have that as well. And then, just for laughs, what I would say for here is that I would add a question here, something like, no username, email. No, I don't want that. And then last but not least, I probably want to say something that if it's virtual, please provide emails to share the virtual link to, right? And we'll leave this as short answer. I wouldn't make it required because if they're not doing a virtual conference, then they're kind of getting stuck. So that is how I fill that out. Kind of fumbled through a little bit, but it's actually good so you can see what we all have to be able to do, right? And then I'm just going to do a preview and says schedule this. But if I just preview to show you what it would look like, parent will receive this. Dear families, here's my information. You're going to select your child from this list. My test script doesn't have that. Do they have a translation needed? Yes or no? Conference format, in person or virtual, if whatever. So now you're getting all that information that's being brought to you. And then after that too, that they're going to obviously sign up, right? So here is got the sign up form. Here is the information that I get. You're all good. So that is going to make it a lot more easier to be able to get your information when it comes to everything, when it comes to parent-teacher conference. Just kind of nuance of using ParentSquare, not only using a form, but also the sign-up form. Enjoy.